Well, hey, y'all are this afternoon. This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. Say, listen, the old used gun I got is this gun right here. This is the High Standard 99 Longhorn. The High Standard 99 was a gun that come out, and High Standard brought out the 99, in the mid-1960s. And shortly thereafter, they came out with the Longhorn version. Now, the 99 was just a standard 22 caliber, 9-shot double action revolver, very similar to the Sentinel. And then they wanted to do something because Harrington Richardson had come out with a, what is it called? A 994, something like that. A series of guns based on the standard Harrington Richardson 9 series revolver, except it had features on it that made it look more like a Western style revolver, cowboy market and so forth. Westerns were very popular in the 1960s. Subsequently, guns, that had a Western appeal to them, they were also very popular. So they came out with this guy. This guy is the Longhorn 99, and it has a Longhorn cow skull engraved on it here, or rolled on, and it says 99 High Standard 22 cal. Of course, it says here High Standard Manufacturing, Gloucester, Wisconsin, or whatever. What is it says there? High Standard Manufacturing Corporation, Hamden, Connecticut. Okay, and it is the W104, it's the model number. It uses this ejector rod gizmo here to engage the crane pin, and you push on that guy instead of pushing it back, and the cylinder drops open. It has a Western style long spur hammer on it, which you can cock it easily, and it's also double action. Okay, so it's the 99. The cute gun, this one's seen a little bit of abuse, but it's mechanically perfect. We're going to shoot it here just a little bit and see what it shoots like. Let's find us some cartridges, shells. Take that open and load her up. And it takes a lot of loading up to get it loaded up, just because there's a lot of holes in there. It's like my Taurus 922 or 992 or whatever it is. It's got a lot of holes in it. I look for this gun to be a good shooter. It looks like it is. The rear sight on it has not been pecked or beat on much. When you see that, it's a good indication that it shoots a little screwy, because they're trying to peck and beat on those sights and get them to where it'll line up. So we're going to shoot it here just a little bit. I'll back up here a little bit. Let's shoot at the 25-yard chest center. That's a hit. Yeah. All right, let's get ambitious. Let's try the 10-inch square. That's a hit. Oh, that's a good shooter right here. The 4-inch teardrop hanger down there. I hit it that time, or it moved. Let's put it that way. I may have hit the target hanger. And you just push in on that latch and eject in the normal way. And this one doesn't have ejector return in it. The thing about it is, some of these did and some of them didn't. It's just like the Sentinel. Some of them had that spring in there, and some of them didn't. Let's shoot it a little bit more before my hands get too cold. Shoot on double action this time, see what we can do with it. Load this guy up. The Comanches is a-coming. We got to get her gun loaded up here. These guys are a fun little gun to shoot. I actually had one of these back in my teenage years. Uh, mine was a high standard, but it was marketed as a Western Auto Revelation gun, and I believe they called theirs they had some name for it, Western name for it, Durango or something like that. But it was basically the same gun as this, and it was marked Revelation Western Auto Corporation, whatever you want to call it. Let's try this on double action right here and see if we can get anywhere. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Good shooting little gun. Well, that's 18 rounds there. That's not too shabby. Overall, I did a little research on this guy last night. They manufactured these all the way up to about 1976 or 7. And you could find them for sale new until probably 1980. It's just a good little gun. You know, the novelty of it is in those days, you know, if you wanted a 9-shot revolver, you had to have a Harrington Richardson, you know, a 992 or a Sportsman 999. That was it. You know, so it was kind of a novelty because it holds 9. That's 3 more than 6 that seem to excite people for some reason or another. It's a happy little gun. It's fun to shoot. These guys are good little guns. High Standard's always made good guns. You know, every one I ever saw, I kind of like, well, you know, it's the old thing. You can't own them all, you know. This gun is on loan from Apache Armaments. It's you know, the guy that owns Apache Armaments has kind of an affinity for this style of gun. He collects 22 rifles. He collects his 22 pistols, H&Rs, and high standards and so forth. I mean, the purpose of an Apache Armaments is to manufacture and sell Class 3 weapons. They manufacture machine guns, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, you know, 37, 40 launchers. They sell them, they work on them, and so on and so forth. They're primarily a Class 3 business. And, of course, they're a custom rifle builder as well. But, you know, they're like everybody else over there. They like old guns and fun to shoot. All right, then. Well, that's about the size of it. Oh, I was going to shoot some stingers. Let's shoot some stingers right quick. Let's see how it shoots stingers before I run out of time on this thing. The High Standard went out of business about 1982 or 3. I'm not sure. They were a very innovative company. They actually manufactured and sold the first dedicated police-type shotgun, the High Standard Riot, which was a variation on their Flight King, but the Flight King came later. The Riot pump actually came first, and it was the first dedicated police shotgun. Before that, every police shotgun in the service was a modified hunting gun. They actually went out. They also manufactured a bullpup 12-gauge shotgun called the 10, and another version of that called the 10B, which was a bullpup configuration, one-hand operation, semi-automatic police shotgun. They manufactured the first successful 22 Magnum semi-automatic rifle. Damn, that's good. You know, they were very innovative. They manufactured a gun called a Crusader. There was a hunter handgun, long-range target handgun revolver. You know, and just very innovative. Very innovative. They manufactured a few things that, they're just an interesting company. And they're no longer with us as a company. But fortunately, the guns last a long time. Well, that's about the size of it, boys and girls. I'm so cold out here. My hands are just froze. If you like my content, if you enjoy watching me rattle on and shoot old guns, Patreon link in the description if you want to support me. Otherwise, like, take, share, commentate, and subscribe. All right, boys and girls, we'll see y'all later for our next installment of Hey, I Got This Old Used Gun. We'll see y'all.